All right, I'm glad to welcome Chukwudi Okodigbaja to Newspaper Review segment, and he knows why. Chooks the boy.
And I'm hesitantly glad to be here too, because I know what you're talking about.
Oh, yes.
There will be playoffs.
You know,
just go on.
Yesterday.
Yeah, but there is real hope.
Oh, well, hope is what every man needs in life. Even if you're the richest man in the world, you need hope still.
Yeah,
because your stocks could tumble without warning. You know, so hope is a necessary ingredient for human life.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather we lost out at the playoffs than losing.
That's true.
I mean, it would have been such.
That's true. And it showed us that Nigerian football is not as bad as some of us, thought it was.
Yes.
But what I would advise is, I checked Google yesterday. What is the average age of a Super Eagle players? They said mid-20s and late 20s. We need to work on that.
But you know, let's even leave, because I mean this is all over the place. So it's part of the newspaper review anyway.
Oh, it is.
You know, let's even leave the gaps and look at what happened yesterday.
Yeah.
First of all, apart from one or two international players, you know, the team was comprised of almost 90% of local.
South Africans are 101% local
players. Leave South
but it's a very good league.
Yes,
anyway.
Leave South Africans alone. And then you look at the test for goals. They knew what they were, going for. They knew. In fact, I read somewhere.
The question is.
Sorry, Demola. I read somewhere that as soon as they got to Uyo, while they were alighting from the plane, the spectators, cheered and applauded the players. But when he got to the goalkeeper, they said, someone said to him, "No, do that thing, you do that again, no." Someone said
always
to him,
dropping the ball, right?
Yes.
The entire back line was suspect. The defense includes the goalkeeper himself.
He kept running out.
Yeah.
And dropping
There's something wrong with that defense. They were the people who threw away those initial chances, but we're happy.
Someone said maybe he's been compromised.
No.
Because, he plays for, what's it called now? He plays in South Africa.
He's a South African club.
So you can imagine that. But if they had been playing well.
They almost lynched him now in the last, they said it was a problem against South Africa.
That was why.
It was the barrier,
Anyway, Chukwudi, it was a good win.
No, it's a good one.
By Victor Osimhen.
It's a good one.
Just, I couldn't watch, I must confess. I had to wait till after the match. But I had one ear to the ground.
But you see, the thing there is, if those Benenua played like they had respect for the Eagles, I don't think we would have scored those 4 goals.
They thought we were a foregone conclusion.
Yes. They came to attack and they left their defense.
That was deadly thinking for them. They are out now.
Anyway, let's quickly look at some of the trending stories. I'll start with the Daily Times. The Daily Times has at its lead story, Senate probes alleged Christian genocide, sets up ad hoc committee. It's right there on the front page. And there are also other stories trending there. Tinubu seeks Senate confirmation of Amupiton as INEC chairman. It's on page 2. And, okay, so Chukwudi, Senate probes alleged Christian genocide, sets up ad hoc committee.
What did the president say? This is a lie from the pit of hell. I am one of the people who say there is no Christian genocide against Christians in Nigeria. If you check the number of fatalities that have happened since this thing that we should have been spared the grief of, you'll find out that people whose religion is not Christianity may have suffered more in terms of number. I think what is happening is that the Nigerian Senate doesn't want the United States, whether you like it or not, America can make trouble for you. Let me put it in, So you need to also put up appearances that what you complained about, we are not, that's what they are doing. Otherwise, I don't agree with them. The president called it a lie from the pit of hell.
But it's a good step that the that the Senate is, at least looking into it.
That's the problem I have with the world, Africa in particular. Why are you even particularizing Christians? Tell me that you don't want humanity to suffer from anything. When you come with all these divisions, that is where the problem starts. The Muslim is a human being. The Christian is even the atheist is a human being. Cover them properly. That's how to think, I hope I sounded angry enough.
Okay, this other one is still within the framework of the legislators. Just above the nameplate, Reps order probe into arbitrary bank charges, summons CBN and commercial banks. And I will say, Chukwudi, I don't know what you
I am not
say.
usually...
It's high time.
I'm not a pessimistic person by nature. I will always tell you the cup is half full of water. But I am pushed to think what will come, result from the probe and all that. This thing has been on for some time. If Ere were on set now,
oh my God,
she will take up cudgels against... She will tell you all those monies they are removing and all that. Nyere has a way of calculating it as if it is crayfish money. You go to check on onion and all that.
But by the time
she has a point.
Yes, exactly.
She has a point. Every nickel, every penny, every kobo matters. People like me are beginning to realize that in our old age now, that it's good to respect money from beginning. Teach our children money sense. Poverty will be reduced in their adulthood.
But Chukwudi, what do you think might come out of this? Because we've seen similar moves, to probe activities of telecom, companies, and then it still boils down the same thing.
You heard the way I started. I said I'm not a pessimistic person, but I'm interested in knowing what will result from the probe. I've said my bit.
So let's wait for the outcome.
But let's wait for the outcome. Let's not prejudge anything. Yes.
All right. Are you done?
Okay, no, you can take if you have other stories. I have one. Gale of defections to APC expose cracks in the opposition camp. That's by Vice President Shetima.
Just like Mba says, I joined APC to embrace visionary leadership. Governor Mba, Southeast voices disregarded for decades under PDP. PDP senators shrink to 27.
I think he joined APC to save his life, to preserve his life. There's this saying that an organism must preserve his life. Based on that premise, they said that the HIV virus would at a point stop killing its host, because when it kills its host, it also dies in the process. I don't know how much that will work. So he joined APC because PDP, whether you like it or not, is becoming an empty shell. I'm sorry. I hope they don't litigate against me.
How?
How? What did you say? Gale of defections. Gale is more than just breeze or wind. Gale knocks things over. But you can see the way they have been crossing over to APC. What are they living for the PDP?
But Chukwudi, yes. It's not the first. I mean, this has become
the one that opened my jaws, dropped my jaws, was when my own Delta State. I thought we were PDP, DNA-wise, PDP, But it happened.
No, but let's look at the process.
You can't blame them. The people who stay back, what are they staying back for?
Chukwudi, I want
us back so that they can still maintain the fact that
let's look at
I pray that PDP and other parties rise again. Because one party state is a no
let's look at
for many of us.
I want you to speak to the process,
yes.
And then how that relates, with the electoral laws on defection. Why you must defect and what happens?
Who has even their constituents? Have you ever heard even a feeble protest when they defect? Let me tell you something. People talk about laws and laws and laws. The will of the people surpasses the law. If the people of Nigeria rise against a particular law in their numbers, they are going to tinker with that law. It's the people. So the people who are their constituents are not saying anything. You want the law to bring one sledgehammer down on these people when their own people are not even, they don't even care. You know what? I said the other time, you don't bring politicians to reform in Abuja. Whatever you think about them that is negative started from their hamlets.
So which means that the law is made for the people, not
even,
the people for the law.
Even when the EFCC is chasing some politicians, they still roll out the red carpet for them in their communities. The traditional ruler will tell you, our son is coming. Africa lives a hypocritical life. And that's why I say fighting some of these things will not be effective till people become sincere.
Chukudi, what
we have a way of tongue lashing the judiciary.
I also would like you to speak to, because as it applies to the legislators, we are told that there must be a reason for you to leave your party. And if you know, found that you left, you forfeited your position at your seat. But it doesn't apply
So why have we not succeeded in prosecuting those reasons against the defectors? Not one instance. Why? It tells you that there is no sincerity in it. If the law says that, and people are not insisting on it, it means that the people themselves do not believe in the law they made.
Yeah, and it means that
the law would not work.
It means that the law needs to be reviewed,
or reformed, exactly, or even jettisoned.
Exactly.
That's the point. We're saying the same thing. I don't know whether Demola agrees with this camp.
Well,
he doesn't have to agree.
I don't know. I don't know. It's just that, the law is made for the people or the people for the law. Which way?
You've gone back to what I pretended not to have heard. Yeah, man is not made for law.
That's the question.
Yes, laws are made for man. That's what you're saying.
Okay,
but the people have to show me readiness to uphold the law they have made for themselves.
Quickly,
that's the point I'm making.
Before you defect to whatever.
To my wife's soup pot.
Let's look at some economic stories. While the IMF is raising Nigeria's 2025 growth forecast to 3.9% and projects 4.2% for 2026, $67 oil price, 2.2 million barrel FSO vessel lifts Nigeria's export prospects.
Yes.
That's of course the business Nigeria.
The business.
You know, if we thought that the federal government was tinkering with economic indices, the statistics people, you can see now that truly something is happening within the Nigerian economy. The IMF is not Tinubu's cousin or Shetima's uncle. They are saying what they have seen. I think it was around 3.2 they projected, but they say to get up to 3.9 now. I keep saying here, my economics is not very good, but at the macro level, things are happening. You are only waiting for your purchasing power to be increased so that you too will become part of this good news that seems to be happening to the Nigerian economy. You didn't talk about gas.
Wait.
Look at that. It's right there in front of you.
I just want to draw your attention to the fact that Lagos generates 1.26 trillion naira. Yobe generates 11.08 billion naira. Can you see
there's a rider. No. There's a rider to that.
No, but that's
widest revenue gap.
Exactly. I think that's
that's understandable. Lagos is Lagos. You know, this overconcentration of Nigeria needs to spread development.
That is
For instance, I don't know why we've not had another port. You know, after Benin down to Port Harcourt, let us begin to think like that. You know, you're not disinvesting from Lagos. You are spreading prosperity across the coastline, and that's going to also get into the hinterland, you know. So Lagos has always been in that prime position too. And again, the way Lagos is run, I'm not their PRO, the way Lagos is run, they have this progressive way of thinking. If you don't know how much taxation is given Lagos, not this taxation that is going to kick off on January 1. Lagos has been taking taxes in different ways from people, and the people are not complaining because they say they are beginning to see where the money is going into.
Okay.
You know? And the one was Abibi say,
the infrastructure.
They say they don't plant flower for Oshodi.
And by the way, Chukudi, before we let you go to say goodbye, a lady met me yesterday I think I want to recall her name. She's Mrs. Abaji.
Okay.
And she was, what about Chooks the boy?
Oh, dear.